Well, welcome back. Welcome back to our third installment of buying real estate for profit, cash flow, and retirement. This third module, we're going to talk a little bit about buying and hold versus fixing and flipping strategies. It's a very interesting topics because I get asked a lot which one is the best strategy for for real estate investing. Whether buy something, fix it up, put a tenant in it, and rent it out for the long term, or buy a piece of property, fix it up, and then sell it for a profit. So this illustration is the best one that I've come up with. Is typically a cattle ranching versus dairy farming. Which one do you prefer to do as a farmer or as a rancher? Both of them are going to go to the livestock auction in order to buy a cow, and the rancher is going to go and buy the cow from the market. But in order to make his money, the rancher has to slaughter that cow and turn that cow into pieces of meat, which then he can package and then sell directly on the open market in order to make his money. That's how he realizes his gains on that business. Now, with that money, he has to go and buy additional cows, treat them well, fatten them up, and then go ahead and slaughter them again in order to make his money and repeat the cycle. So, if the rancher stops slaughtering cows or stops buying cows, his income stops, and his income comes in, ceases to come in, and there's no more money coming in. Now, a dairy farmer, that strategy is a little bit different, because the dairy farmer is going to go, he's going to find a cow, he's going to fatten it up, and in this case, instead of slaughtering the cow, the dairy farmer is going to milk the cow. As the dairy farmer milks the cow, produces the milk, and then sells the milk for cash. So now he has this reproductive asset that can go in and continue to be milked and milked and milked, and he's going to earn money off of that, off of the selling of that product. Now, what does he do with that money? He goes and buys additional milk-producing cows, and takes care of everything. Takes care of all of those cows and everything that those cows need in order to produce more and more money. Now, the big difference is because that farmer doesn't necessarily have to continue to buy more cows in order to keep that money coming in. So it's a very, very effective relationship, because if I have a particular piece of property that I go and I purchase, let's say for $75,000, my mortgage on that $75,000, again, I'm just ballparking these numbers, is going to be about $700. Now, if I go out and rent that property for $900, my additional cash flow, now this is the milking side of it, my positive cash flow from that property is going to be about $200. Now, if I go and I buy 10 of those houses, and I'm going to say average about $75,000 per house, and with that same passive cash flow coming in at $200 a month, that is $2,000 a month passive cash flow. It's a big difference between the cattle ranching and the dairy farming, because that rancher who slaughters the cow has to pay capital gains taxes on that particular investment, that particular sale. Now, when you buy and hold real estate, the tax advantages of that are the depreciation and the deductions that you have on that property that can actually offset the rental income. So these $2,000 right here is essentially tax free. Consult your tax advisor when you start doing that, but they'll tell you the same thing. Now, what happens typically with home values as you continue to hold these properties? Average appreciation in the United States for appreciation has been 6.3% over the last 40 or 50 years. And what happens to home values? They always go up, don't they? So if I've got a $75,000 piece of property and I've got 10 of those properties, I'm looking at $750,000 worth of real estate that appreciate at that 6.3% interest. In 1 year, I'm going to have a gain of $47,250 just on the appreciation for those 10 properties that I have. That is a huge difference when we're talking between buying and holding property versus fixing and flipping and slaughtering a few cows. Now, it's okay to slaughter a few cows when you're first starting off in order to get the capital that you need in order to go invest in the cash flow producing properties, because it does take a little bit longer to build that wealth and realize that equity appreciation when you're buying and holding versus fixing and flipping. But depending on your strategies, you can use either of these two strategies here in order to complement your investing. Thank you very much for your attention. That concludes this module. The next module we'll be talking about will be retirement account investing. Talk a little bit about what we can do with that. So hope to see you then, and have a great day. Thanks.